Sweet face, baby.
Yeah, this thing called life doesn't come with a manual. It doesn't come with a way to go. Yeah, instructions not included. Stay tuned in these topics we discuss where you can use it. Yeah, this thing called life doesn't come with a way to go. It doesn't come with a manual. Yeah, you can search, I swear it ain't nothing like Jay-Z, the blueprint. Ooh, now let me make one.
Instructions not included, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ooh, Virtual Friday. There we go.
Hey, welcome back to Instructions Not Included.
That's
I'm the girl Aisha, and I'm here with my husband, partner in parenting, and my co host, Claude. Today, we're going to dive into the most exciting and, let's be honest, most overwhelming the first few weeks of having a newborn at home.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Oh, hey, look, whether this is your first time as a parent or you've gone through those newborn stages, those first few weeks is no joke. I'm talking sleepless nights, that constant feeding, the diaper changes, those blowouts. I mean, it's a whole new level of adjustment. So,
Yeah. Yeah. So we're not experts coming to you today. We're just parents who have been there, done that, just kind of letting you know what worked for us and what didn't work for us and what to expect.
yeah, so let's get into what's the real essentials, because I want to give y'all the you know the basics of what you might need in order to survive and thrive through these first few weeks of having a newborn, because it's the essentials.
Yeah, let's get right into the basics. Like you said, we want to make sure that when you bring your kids home, they have everything they need.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, for
Yeah.
sure. So it's definitely about the essentials, because I think when thinking back to when we first had our kids when they were little and we brought them home, I think some of the things that I would have done differently was not really stress out about having all the fancy gadgets. And well, back then, we thought we needed everything. We needed a swing set, a bouncer, a
Yeah.
playpen, bottle warmers, all of that. And all of that, I mean, eventually it is good to have if you feel you need that, as far as breast pumps and all of that. But I think the main thing, right? The main thing would be oh, that's clients calling. We love to hear that tone, but we forgot to bring a phone in here.
Sorry.
Mimi said to go get the phone. It's all good. We're gonna keep it rolling. But yeah, as far as having all of those extra things, it's great to have.
Yeah.
You'll need that eventually. But I think the most important part is keeping it simple, the simple things. So uh diapers
Mm-hmm.
is a definite, wipes,
Yeah.
and a safe place for your baby to sleep. I think that's what matters the most.
I agree. Stressing out was not the thing to do, right? You just need the basics, like Claude said. You need a bassinet to put alongside your baby's bed so you can make sure baby is sleeping safely and sound. Make sure you swaddle baby really close to their where they feel safe. There are new gadgets that they have out there these days called a Sonos Smart Sleeper Bassinet. It basically will monitor your baby's movements,
Mm.
their breaths, their heartbeats. It provides a gentle rocking motion. They didn't have that back there. Back then, we had babies, but I wish I would have had one of those. So it's just the basics that you need. So don't stress out, moms and dads. Just understand that you just need the small essentials.
Yeah, and even like with the bassinet and all of that, that's some extra stuff. The app and all those are good things to have right now. We got clients calling, so she's rolling, y'all, and I love it. I love it. This is the important part of how we help our clients. Other than this here live and doing the instructions not included, just being able to get our clients in to get these ultrasounds. So even though within those first few weeks, if you've had an ultrasound or if you've done all that, come on, Mike, you can come on back through. Um, then great. But now we're talking that the baby's here, right? We're talking the baby is home or on its way home, right? So I think one of the main things that we kind of left out is the car seat. It's so important to make sure when you leave that hospital that you do have a car seat for the baby. Um, Throughout your pregnancy, hopefully you were able to gain a good grip of diapers, like just having a bunch of diapers and wipes. Um, in certain cases, if you're not able to do that because just say you don't have a big support system, right? Or you didn't do anything to where you had to be able to register for, friends and family to give you, put diapers or wipes and stuff like that. You may not have had um a baby shower or anything like that because everybody's situation is different, right? For those who are able to do that, lucky enough to do that, then the one thing you don't want to do is think that you have too many diapers, right? You can never have too many. So for the friends and family or those that if you have to go to like a pregnancy center or somewhere to get that support, do your best to get as many diapers and wipes as possible, right? Uh I remember when Maya was born. And y'all, time flies. Time flies so fast to where it's important to enjoy that time when they are babies. But don't overstress yourself in thinking that everything has to be perfect. Okay? Because I mean, even Maya told me this morning, she's 18, y'all. My grown up, my adult. She said, Dad, nothing's really perfect. Can't just wait for everything to be perfect. But like I told her, nothing's perfect but her. She's perfect. She's so awesome in everything that she does. And I think that um I don't know, in some ways could make her feel good, but in some ways could stress her out because I know nothing's perfect. I don't expect for her to be perfect. I just see, you know, this world that we live in and wish for better things for all of us. But I feel as if you're shooting for perfection, at least you're going in the right direction, right? At least you're not just giving up. So I'm not telling you with these new babies to just be like, oh, I have nothing. Just make your way there little by little, okay? But I'm not here to sugarcoat it. There's no swaddle blanket in the world that's going to stop that middle of the night wake up to where um, you're just always prepared, right? It's going to be those times where the baby might just start crying out of nowhere, and you can have your swaddle blanket, you can have your bassinet, and you could still, um, deal with a dirty diaper. Baby's gonna poop. They eat and they poop 24/7. Okay, so I just want to make sure that you understand it's important to have those essentials. Whether you're breastfeeding, formula feeding, or doing a combination of both. All right. You got to find out what works best for you. All right. It's one product that I heard that the parents were raving about, and they've mentioned it to Aisha. I've heard them rave about it. Is the baby Breeza formula. It's like a that pro advanced formula. Looks like a Keurig for baby bottles, right? Um, so it mixes and warms the formula instantly. Yeah, look, this could save you some time because I remember when kids were when they were little, and we had to measure out the formula. Well, first thing we had to sterilize the bottles. I did this often, um, but it's a lot. Well, I'm not gonna say it's a lot easier now. I'm gonna say you have more options because it's not easy raising a baby. All right. In no way, no form of fashion. It's not a breeze, right? But dads, this is your time to shine. When it comes to preparing the bottles, burping the baby, or just being that support there for your significant other, wife, girlfriend, baby mama, however you want to label it. Look, excuse me, this is your time to shine. I remember when, I would let her get her rest. She'd come home or whatever, or just after dealing with the baby all day or whatever. Whenever I pop into the scene, I'm like, babe, go ahead, rest. Get your rest. And I would wash the bottles, boil some water. This is how we had it. We didn't have a sterilizer machine. I washed the bottles, wash and rinse them, put them in some boiling water, take my little tongs, pick the bottles up out of there, set them on a clean towel, wrap them up on the towel. Hey, baby, everything good? Awesome. Or wrap them up on the towel. And I had those bottles kind of like prepared, you know. You can make a few bottles just to have it all ready as far as a few bottles pre-made, but that's as far as dads, that's your time to shine. While she's resting, you get that straight. Um, so, but I must admit it. I can't really say I was ready for how the diapers that they was going to go through, and as much as they ate, and you know, I'm gonna just say that the cycle itself is nerve wracking. It's scary. That's one of the fears that when having a baby, you try to be prepared for everything, but you'll notice that at times you don't have things, so you got to kind of, I don't know, just improvise. You know what I'm saying? You don't have a diaper, but you got a t-shirt.
Do not,
You got to improvise. Look,
do not do that.
look. She'll tell you not to,
Yeah,
but what
because you
else are
should
you
have
gonna do?
diapers.
But
You should have
look, look,
diapers,
look.
whether
eh,
it's
Look,
disposable
listen,
or
listen here.
reusable.
Not
We support it
everybody,
all.
not everybody. And she says that because we made it to the point, or we prepared for certain things like that when it came to diapers. We did have a
So
support
many
system.
blowouts.
We did have a support system, um, but we were our support system, right? So it's easy to say, yeah, you should have diapers and you should be prepared, but not everybody is in the same, situation. So therefore, if you have to do that until you can get to diapers, then you got to do what you got to do. You're not going to just walk around with your baby naked, right? So, cloth diapers, if you can have some cloth
Those are
diapers,
great.
they're great to have. So, I would say prepare yourself with that. But if you don't have any cloth diapers and you got to use one of your t-shirts until you can get to the store to get some diapers, don't just have your baby pooping and peeing everywhere. It's a good time to start showing them how to use the toilet, even though they're little. It's sitting them on there
Like you
if
used
you
to
have
do
to,
our children.
because we had to do that, in certain situations.
No, we didn't
However,
have to do that. You chose to do that.
I look, I was trying to prepare them to be independent early.
He would sit on my on the toilet
Yeah,
and use the bathroom. He was
well,
older. I said,
it's called
please take
preparation,
my baby
right?
out that toilet.
And to this day, she knows how to use it.
When I said, she
So,
better. And she better.
but once again, it's all about, trying to think ahead. Not everything's going to be perfect, but do your best to prepare yourself. Always have a backup outfit for the
Yes.
baby
Yes.
in the diaper bag. Um,
Our diaper bags were packed with several changing outfits, diapers, any of the essential like Tylenol, Motrin, gripe water that they would need, formula bottles, new nipples, binkies. We would have those things that were I could just grab the bag and go at any time.
Sounds so privileged, I swear. But and it wasn't always the case, but yes,
Oh, it was.
you
It
made
was
sure
always the case. You have to
you
make
made
sure it was
sure
prepared.
that they were prepared, and I'm thankful. And it's great to have somebody on your team that can help you in those situations. But there may be that situation where you rush out and you forget the diaper bag. You have to learn how to improvise, okay? But if you prepare yourself by having, just say, if you have a vehicle, having an extra set in another bag or something, or having another set in the car, maybe in a bag in the trunk or something like that, just having that go-to set, it will help you in the long run,
I've been,
okay? Just to be prepared.
yeah, I've been seeing a cool trend on like Instagram or TikTok where the parents pack up the trunk and they'll have like all of what I just said extra in the back.
That's yeah.
Even when they're older and they're toddlers and running around youth kids, baseball, whatever they're doing, they would have them an extra set of clothing. I think that's a very smart thing to do because you never know what could happen at any
Never.
time. So just keep a little Ziploc bag folded up with whatever they need. That's a good idea.
Look, and you'll notice that as an adult. Hey, I worked I'm not gonna get into my stories, but anyway, sometimes you could be off far away and it's good to have an extra set of clothes. Believe that, okay? Oh, my earpiece keeps okay. But anyway, other than I'm not- I'll save that for some another conversation another day. All right.
Mm-mm.
But other than, the feeding process, um, I say sleep. Sleep, getting some rest. This is another way for um as far as the partner, okay? Male, free, female, significant other, who's ever, um, to allow the mother to rest, okay? To step in and be able to, whether you take your baby out for a little walk or something, or if you do like I did, get that boppy pillow.
There
Man,
go the Bobby again,
I
y'all.
love the boppy pillow. Get the boppy pillow and prop the baby up as long as you right by him. You know what I'm saying? And able to allow um the mom to rest. I think that was
That was
a
nice.
big part, right?
Yeah, the
Giving you
shift
that time.
tag team and shifts. He was a night owl, so he stayed up a lot with the kids. I was able to get some sleep. And it was really great for my mental and physical health. First of all, let's say that
Mhm.
we did a lot of divide and conquering, a lot of situations. So that was really good. I was able to sleep at night,
Late night
late
feedings.
night feedings. He took
Yeah.
care of. Yeah, and don't forget to take naps in the daytime. Power naps will really help you.
Don't underestimate a nap. A good
Right,
nap.
sleep when the baby's sleeping is very important. Yeah,
Agreed.
I did
Yeah.
that a lot too.
And for the dads out there, look, don't be afraid to step in, take over. Like I said, so mom could rest. It's a team effort. And it's those moments, right? It's those moments that you get to bond with your baby. And those moments are priceless.
Hmm.
I was big on skin to skin. So, especially it's hot in Louisiana, you know what I'm saying? But for my baby to just rest on me or sleep on
A
me
little
with my
diaper
shirt
on
off,
and his shirt off and
and
her wrapped
man,
against him, they would be knocked out.
yes, we get our rest. They eat good. Um, I mean, that's just something that I loved to do. I swaddle up with my baby. So man, don't look. I mean, take advantage of that. All right, especially that time when they're young. Just that natural, get them in a natural position, especially after you feed them and birth them a couple of times. Um, Swaddle them. Swaddle them and enjoy that every chance you can. Okay, because they grow up. They do grow up fast. Believe that.
Yeah. Claude, can you tell me one of the hardest things that you learned in the first few weeks of bringing the girls home?
Hmm. Well, I mean, I don't like to underestimate the emotional side of it because I really thought I had it all together. I mean, being a new dad, I'm like, you know what? I can handle this. You start to have that talk with yourself. I got this. I got this. But I want to tell y'all, look, it's okay to feel overwhelmed. It is.
Mhm.
I wish I would have given myself more grace and realizing that it's a learning process for everybody, um, myself included. It's definitely a learning process. So for me, I would say more grace.
Grace. Okay.
Yeah,
For me, it was accepting help. It's very
I
hard for
remember.
me to accept help. I thought I had to do everything and be the one that did everything. I'm super mom, super wife, and that's not the case. Sometimes I just needed to take a shower. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I need somebody to hold this baby while I take a shower.
Yeah, yeah.
So you have to ask for help. You have to really just say, hey, can you help me? But with you, I didn't really have to ask so much. You just would see it and do it, which was amazing. Um,
It's good to have a team.
yeah, yeah. So,
So we were blessed to have a strong team to kind of take the weight off of each other.
mhm,
I felt as she had the baby, the least I could do is just be there to take some of that weight off of her because she carried that weight for those 10 months, 9, 10 months.
for the middle one,
Carry,
10,
carry
10 months, 10 months.
so carry that weight. And the least I could do was, like I said, just take some of that weight off. So it is good to have a team for those out there who are
Mhm,
single parents. I can only imagine how much you have to do, but if you have some friends or family, some kind of support system, don't hesitate to ask. Okay.
mhm.
Don't hesitate to ask. And that's not just ask, because look, now you have a responsibility, right? You have a responsibility. It doesn't mean that you could still go out and it means that you can't still go out and party like you used to. You'll be able to. You'll be able to do those things. But keep in mind that new baby, that's your responsibility. And so give that baby the love and the attention that it needs. All that other stuff will be there. You'll be able to still live life. Okay. It's nothing wrong with enjoying and living life. But those that you might count on, let them know how much you care about them or how much it means to you that they can be there to whether it's change diapers or make bottles or whatever. If you're a single parent, I like I said, I can only imagine how hard it could be, but life still goes on. So you'll be able to do all that. I want to say just breathe through it, push through it, and don't hesitate to ask those people, friends or family, to give you a little breather. And during that breather, enjoy it. Enjoy
Mhm.
it. Take some free time, whether it's to just take a hot bath or whatever it is. Enjoy it. For those who have a partner, a teammate, do your best to work together because I think in the long run, it makes it makes life a little bit
A
easier.
lot easier for sure. Yeah. So, babe, if you could give one piece of advice to new parents, what would it be?
Um, Other than what I said, like just as far as not over stressing, I would say get those things that help you parent and give you a breather, especially if you are a single parent, like
Mhm.
baby monitors or a baby camera, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Just something that will allow you to still keep your eye on the baby. Maybe if you work from home or if you are cleaning or whatever and the baby's resting. I just think anything that could make life a little bit easier for you, do that.
Mhm. I agree. I agree. I think that Things like that will help you with anxiety and stress, making sure your baby's safe. So that's very important that you have those items available for you. Yeah.
So baby monitors, cameras, what
Um,
else? What else could
they
be
have those little monitors where they can strap around the baby's waist.
okay?
It's hooked to a camera. Those they have monitors called, and I think it's Owlet is another one they can wrap around the baby's little foot,
Mhm.
so things like that.
Look, and the main thing too, hey, don't sweat the small stuff. All right. Just don't sweat the small stuff too much. Um, if your house is not spotless, your baby gonna be all right. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Look, if you still in the in your pajamas at 3 p.m. or whatever, focus on bonding with your baby. All right. It takes one day at a time. And I think that that is really the message that I want to get out to new parents is a lot of times we stress that even if you got company coming over or whatever, that everything is not as pristine as you normally have it or may like it or whatever, whatever. Just don't sweat the small stuff.
Right, and
All
ask for
right.
help. The company that's coming over, you can say, "Hey, can you wash those dishes for me? Do
Them
you
first few
mind?"
weeks is
Yeah,
tough.
it's
And
tough.
if they have kids, they know that it's tough as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Hopefully you'll have good friends that are family that will prepare meals and bring them over so you don't have to worry about cooking, especially if you have other little ones that you're taking care of as well. So little things like that really, really matter.
And
Excuse
also
me.
remember to do what you can to capture those moments. I mean, whether it's through journaling or um I used to have to go out again. Our phones be ringing off the hook, so I love it. But look, if it's through journaling or if you got like just say a smart sleep machine, whether it doubles like as a sound machine or night light or whatever, this stuff can make life easier for you. We use at this point right now the Google speakers. I mean, they have so many different smart speakers and stuff like that. But as far as the Google speakers, just to have some sound going on is always good, whether it's rain. I like to tell it to make rain on a tin roof where it's got the thunder and rain sound. This keeps the room having some noise while the baby is sleeping, right? This allows for if someone was to ring the doorbell, if you have a dog or something was to drop, that it doesn't create that jump scare for the baby and wake the baby out of their sleep. That's one of the things that I mean that could, something loud could startle your baby. And that cry is one of the scariest cries ever. Just to hear a baby wake up out of their sleep and cry. So um just things like that. It makes things easier, right? It's important to try to make it a smooth transition as much as possible. If you guys have more than one kid, then you've gone through this stage, but each kid is different. Um, and just because you have multiple kids, uh, doesn't make you an expert. But guarantee that experience make you, aware of certain things that will that may come about, and you may be better prepared for it because you've gone through it. Hey, Mimi, I know we're live. Have we seen any like comments? Just want to make sure that you throw anything up there. If some pop up there, I just want to make sure you're watching that screen. Um, we kind of went live a little bit later today, but that's how it is when we got a business that we are um providing services to our clients, and this has truly been a blessing. Uh, there she is. She's back. Did y'all bring the phone? Oh yeah, you got the phone. Okay. So before we close out,
Okay, let's go ahead and knock this one out the park today, y'all.
Yeah,
Good
we
job,
want y'all
babe.
to drop in the comment area, any of those essentials that you couldn't live without. Definitely put it in the comment area so uh our followers, our watchers, our clients, they can see some of those essential items that you just know you can't live without, or that would be extremely helpful. And also don't miss our next episode. It's sleep training tips for restless nights. Okay. You can join us on YouTube at Sweet Face Scans and at the I dot parenting podcast for real talk, for some laughs, for some parenting insights, for us leaving in and out of the live
Sounds
because
very
we
funny.
handling business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But just to get a few tidbits on some parenting that we are our experience. And hopefully it helps you all.
Yeah. And just remember that you're not alone in this, that we are here as seasoned parents and grandparents now to help you through this. And we hope to see y'all next week.